big enough.
What's going on, guys? So if you've been watching the videos lately, you know that Chomper's been having all the fun with the exhaust videos. So I figured it was about time that the LBZ joined in. So what did I do? Of course, went on Amazon and picked up a freaking bed stack, 4-inch to 10-inch slant cut, whatever this is called. Absolutely freaking massive. I don't even know if bed stacks are out of style now, but they used to be huge, and I think they look freaking awesome. So I wanted to pick this thing up for 2 reasons. One, to mock it up and see if we actually do want to cut the bed of this thing and throw a bed stack. Maybe not this specific one, but a bed stack in it. And then 2, basically just to have some ignorant exhaust fun. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing in today's video. So one last startup on the shorty 8-inch, and then we're throwing this bad boy on there. So here's a good look of how it would be. It's outlandish for sure. I'm swapping over to the T6. Y'all let me know, what oil do y'all run in y'all's trucks? Step 1, let old oil out. Step 2, take the old filter off. Well, while that oil is draining, let's go ahead and take this tip off. This is my first axle dump, and I did really enjoy it. It sounds really good. Probably not as good as a side exit, but sounds really good. It looks pretty sweet. I still think I prefer a side exit, but it was a nice experience with the axle dump. And since we're going to be swapping to the 5-inch straight pipe, I figured let's have as much fun as possible with the 4-inch while we still have it on. Put your new filter in and your drain plug. And lastly, add your oil. I said it was an 8, but it actually might be a 10. I can't remember. Either way, it looks tiny in comparison. And yes, we are stuffing this up underneath there. It's probably going to look ridiculous, but hopefully it sounds freaking amazing. Get this on here, tighten it down. Snug it up a wee bit. We'll see how we want to position it. I'm thinking just throwing it straight out behind the freaking tire. Just like that. Just, I mean, why not? Oh my God. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about this stack tip on the Duramax. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. It looks absurd, kind of awesome, kind of super stupid. Be sure to let me know which side of the fence you stand on.
It sounds so good though. I love the way it sounds. It just looks so gaudy. Which is the entire purpose of this video. I'm just so thankful it hasn't freaking fallen off. I was so worried it was just gonna be tumbling down the road in my rear view mirror at some point. Starting to get a little sooty soot built up. It is so freaking hot. Cook an egg in that mug. The stack tip is not here to stay, but it has been a fun video that y'all have hopefully enjoyed, along with the new Insta360 camera. So I wish it was a little bit later in the day so the lighting was like shining on it rather than it being shadowed underneath here, but either way, it has been a fun video. I'm ready to swap this thing up to a better looking exhaust. Hopefully we can get to sound just as good though, because this thing does sound freaking killer. Just blowing it straight out at you. Sounds really good in cab. Haven't noticed anything. I'm gonna have some driving footage as well after this portion if you want to stick around and get all the details on what it's like to actually drive with this, because you know, if you tucked it up better, like higher up, it would probably look pretty clean. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and jump straight to the driving footage.
It sounds so good, and it does change the tone a ton. It definitely made it louder, for sure, the way I had it angled, you know, throwing the exhaust straight out like that. If you're standing around it, it is screaming. Way louder than the axle dump just going down at the ground, which is probably due to the truck being so tall now. Off the ground, it's really just throwing it into nothing, whereas if it's a shorter truck, it is kind of projecting it off of that ground. But now, with it just launching it out, it's screaming, and the actual tone is pretty crazy, the difference. Like when you're idling, it has a lot more chop to it, where you can actually hear like the lumpiness of the exhaust note, whereas before it was just more of a continuous noise. The straight bed stack tip, I might have to do that on the next exhaust, because I think those look really clean. If you have them majority tucked out the way, you'll get the good sound. Man, the police are freaking everywhere. But you'll get that good sound without it being ridiculous like this.